Hi, in this video we're going to look at types of functions. I've got this GeoGebra app, which I will put in the notes of the video. So I've got this quadratic. So quadratics look like this. If x squared is positive, we can change it. Let's just put back in the basic one. So you can change this here, but you can edit this. This does the basic quadratic function, which is y is equal to x squared. And if that's what happens if x squared is positive. If I put a minus sign in there, oops, sorry, let's just edit that. Put in a minus sign. Okay, then it becomes the end shape comes the other way around. So this is just to see basic functions. If we just do straight line graphs, so let's just do x plus 3, then that's the line there. We know those would be straight line graphs. Now, if we do a cubic, so we know what a quadratic looks like, but if we do a cubic, so if we do a cubic, then you get this sort of looking graph here. So it comes up like this. At 0, we've got what's known as a point of inflection, and then it goes off like that. Okay, so let's do something a bit more complicated. Okay, the other sort of thing that could happen with a cubic is that you get a maximum or a minimum. Okay, and the other thing to do is if you change the most dominant thing, which is the x cubed, to minus, then we get another one that goes a bit like that. Okay, so we'll probably need to change some of these. Let's just change. Okay, that's not going to help. Let's just change some of these and see what happens here. Okay, so that's the other type here. We've got this time it will start up here because if you cube a negative number, it is negative, and minus negative is positive. And if you take minus 2 squared, that's going to become minus 8. So it would start down there. So again, here we've got a minimum and a maximum. So let's just now have a look at something like y is equal to x to the 4th. Okay, so you can play around with this applet yourself. Okay, it's a bit like y is equal to x squared, but obviously it's much more steeper. Okay, and then you can play around. So there's a basic graph. Another good one to look at is this one. Let's do 1 divided by x, which is the reciprocal function. Now this is a strange graph because here what you get, well, let's go down here. Here what you get, and here is what we have is known as a horizontal asymptote, because it will never actually be equal to 0, but it'll be very close. You can go up to the extremes at the ends and find that out. And again, here you get a vertical asymptote because you can't actually divide by 0. Okay, so you get these things here which are called asymptotes. So these are graphs worth knowing. Let's do 1 over x squared. Okay, so that looks like that. Okay. So because what happens if you square in x, so basically this side here will now become positive. Okay, but again you've still got asymptotes because you can't divide by 0, and here at this end, although it looks like it's touching, it isn't. If you were to zoom in, you'll find it's very close to it. Okay, so you can use this applet for looking at the types of the graphs of function just by changing the value in here like I've shown. So the GeoGebra applet, the link is in the notes of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've understood.